Hello and welcome to the HEALcast. I'm Bobby here with my awesome co-host.
Hi, I'm Morgan. How are you, Bobby?
Oh, I'm hanging out. I'm living the life. If you're watching on YouTube, you can definitely tell, but I have moved since the last podcast, so I'm now back up at Penn State. Excited to get back into school, I guess, but just glad to be moved in, sort of. Kind of moved in. You can't see the floor. There's boxes everywhere. It's not quite done yet, but we're getting there.
Living the sweet life or the apartment life, as some may
Definitely,
say. How is it?
definitely.
Is it? Are you excited to be in an apartment?
Yeah, this is my first semester not living in a dorm, so a lot more space. I have my own room, which is super nice. I don't have to share. I don't like sharing very much, but no, I'm loving it. Can't complain.
Less,
It's only been like a day and a half, but can't complain.
less shower shoes, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. My own bathroom. Don't have to
Yeah,
share.
you went from sharing your bathroom with 40 people to what, three or four?
Yeah,
I
so
remember that was like the biggest thing I enjoyed was not having to wear shower shoes into the shower every time. I remember going home from freshman year and saying to my mom, like, I'm so happy that I don't have to wear shoes in the shower right now. And just enjoying cooking a little bit for yourself, all those things, less on campus meals,
definitely.
all of those fun things. Do you plan on cooking or do you plan on ordering out a lot?
I plan on cooking. I just made a peanut butter and jelly. It might have been the greatest of all time. Not sure yet. We're still waiting back for the committee to get back to me on it, but it's going to be a good year. We'll have some good meals. Morgan, you'll have to come over and try them out just to let the podcast know I'm not bluffing. I am pretty good at cooking, I'd like to say.
Well, the last time you cooked, um, I remember you made something. I think it's one of your grandma's recipes,
Yeah.
and it was meat that got cooked basically to completely over, like not
Oh,
over,
we pretty much
but it's
burnt it.
very
Yeah.
well done steak. Um, so you have time to redeem yourself. It was
Yeah.
delicious, but you do have time to redeem yourself.
Good. It tasted okay. It just did not look good. It was
It did, yeah, it definitely did taste good. The question is though, when you eat peanut butter and jelly, do you like smooth or crunchy peanut butter?
So I am a smooth guy, but my roommate is crunchy, and I didn't buy the peanut butter. He did. So I tried crunchy peanut butter for the first time about 10 minutes ago, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. I might be a crunchy guy now.
See, the thing is like I think crunchy is good. Like I know this is a super important topic. I think
Definitely.
crunchy is good and it's good on occasion, but I feel like you always everyone falls back to smooth. It's like the safe go-to, and crunchy is for like when you're feeling like you want a little bit of a change up, but for whatever reason, I feel like you just always fall back to smooth.
We'll see how long this crunchy kick lasts. But
And last
yeah,
question, do you make it on wheat or white bread?
we did white bread. I don't really buy wheat bread, but I probably should. You're gonna tell me it's unhealthy to use white bread, right?
I would know. I'm not no. I'm not gonna say that. um, I guess I mean I feel like it's not a true peanut butter and jelly unless it's made on white bread. In my opinion,
I
I
agree.
I mostly eat wheat bread, but I feel like a peanut butter and jelly on wheat bread is not as good as just like the good white bread.
It's true. All right. Do you want to
Is
talk a little bit about today's guests?
Yes, so we have super exciting guests. I know we kind of hinted at it last week that we had someone who we're so excited to have join us, and we can officially say that we do have Kate and Becca Tucky joining us this week.
Ooh.
One of our awesome Thon families. I'm going to leave a lot of the explaining of who they are to them, so we're super excited to have them join, and let's get them on here.
Definitely. And we're live. So we're here with Kate and Becca Tucky, very good friends of ours. We know a lot about you, but some of our listeners may not. So if you guys want to go ahead and give us an introduction about yourselves, I appreciate that a lot. Let us hear it.
I'm Kate. Let's see, we live in a little town called Gardners, Pennsylvania, just north of Gettysburg. Um, I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
21.
I'm old enough to be her mom and married to Nat, who's back here in the background somewhere. The boys are 19, Josh and Eli, and Becca will be 15 in December. So she's almost of driving age. So what do you want to know about me? I don't know. I try to make Becca laugh a lot. And sometimes it works. Sometimes I get a roll.
I feel
work
like
at
I
a,
fit in there too with you. Don't worry.
yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, you do, Bobby.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's see. What else? I don't know. We live in the woods. We love our home. We have lots of cats and a couple dogs, and yeah, we have a new one. I'm sure Becca will introduce you to Jessie in a little bit. So,
Ooh,
all right.
exciting.
Here she comes.
Oh my gosh.
Jessie. Goodness. So how did you get him?
So we went to my grandmother's. She lives just up the road from us, and she has a farm, so she has a lot of cats. And Dad and I were leaving, and then Eli runs up to us, and we open the window, and he just hands us Jessie, and we put the window up and just drive off. Because Mom wasn't there that night, so that's why he's here.
Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, the Tuckies have, I would say a lot of cats. Maybe it's not a lot to you guys, but what's the total count up to?
I think with Jessie it's 9, but there's only about I want to say 4 that are actually inside.
So the Tucky compound houses 9 cats, 2 dogs, and there were fish at one point, right, Becca? But those didn't work out.
Fish, but I had to flush them out.
Yikes.
They named them after The Office, though.
Good night, Dwight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't last very long.
No, I didn't. I got another fish, and then I named it Dwight Jr., and then he died too, so I just cut that train off.
Dwight the Third will not be making an arrival. Unfortunate. All right, so this is the HEALcast, so we do have to talk a little bit about Heal and Thon. So if you want to kind of go into as much as you are comfortable with, just sort of tell us your involvement with Thon.
So we are going on, I'm counting. So a week from Thursday, actually, which is Becca's first day of school, August 27th. It will have been 9 years since her diagnosis. So we have been involved with Thon a little under 9 years. We got paired with the organization. Like I said, she was diagnosed in August of 2011. And I believe we found out we were paired with you guys maybe October, November-ish. And we had our first meeting with what I call the original Heal Rose, because I'm not sure how long the group was intact before you guys were paired with us. But they're the originals, so the oldies but goodies. So much fun watching everybody grow up and have families and all that fun stuff. So, but that weekend they had come down. It was for Becca's birthday. So every year since then, we have had people here, whether it's current Heal members or alumni Heal members, they've always come on or around Becca's birthday. And we've had lots of fun with you guys. So I think our involvement with you guys has been such a blessing to us. And I know that it's become a blessing for not just our immediate family, but for our extended family and friends. Just seeing what you guys bring to us throughout this journey means a lot to a lot of people. So it's not just you guys, coming to our house. It goes far beyond that with, I like to share things on Facebook. You guys know that. Becca hates it sometimes, but
Sometimes all the time.
But I think that the outreach of Heal, like I said, it goes well beyond these walls. It goes well beyond the Bryce Jordan Center. That's for sure. And I think with the news this year of Thon not happening in person, it's just a reminder, because for us, it's never always just been about that weekend. We've had a lot of times where we couldn't go for one reason or another when Becca was sick or in treatment. There was other things going on health-wise in other areas that prevented her from going. So it's definitely not our first time that we can't go to Thon. But Thon isn't just, like I said, it's not about just going to the Bryce Jordan. It is an amazing event, and we're super sad that it's not happening. But what you guys and what the whole community of Thon and Penn State and Four Diamonds Fund does for countless families and their friends and their communities is just beyond words. So that's Thon to me in a nutshell. Becca, your turn.
It's just a whole like great experience because I get to see you guys, and eventually I don't know where I want to go to college yet, but I did want to join Heal and dance at one point in my life. So it just means a lot to me because it's helped me so much and it's helped all of us, and it's just an amazing event to go to.
Awesome. Well, it feels really good to us to have you guys say that. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to hear those great words. And at the same time, you guys support us too. I don't think that gets pointed out a lot, but I mean, you guys are there for us as much as we are for you. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. Um, but yeah, it is great to hear that. So thank you.
You guys are our extended family too. Like I said, I stay in touch with so many of you guys, and even just, with some stuff we went through recently with Becca, I got a card in the mail from Maggie and made me cry, but it's just like all those little sweet things. You guys text us and just all kinds of good stuff. It's like I said, it's not just about Thon weekend for sure.
Definitely, and I hope that a lot of people understand that as well. We're not sure what things are going to look like this year, but we're glad that it's something new, a new frontier, but it's a new frontier that we're facing together, and there's no one else I'd rather be going through this with. So that's awesome. Now you did mention you do keep in touch with some of the old heads. You have your original list of heroes. So do you want to kind of dive into some of the fun memories, I guess, any good memories you have with some of the older people, some things we might not know?
Absolutely. So we went up to Penn State one year. I'm trying to think if you even remember. It would have been Jocelyn and Mike Brown. And we did, you guys, I think you might even still do this where you can pie executive members in the field. So that's what was going on. We were there that weekend, and they kind of allowed us to be part of it that weekend. So the kids got to help pie some of the exec members that year. So that was fun. That's a really old memory. Not trying to age the guys that are older. What else?
We had this year, we went to Philadelphia and we got to see a lot of old faces. That was really nice.
So we went to, what was it called? I'm going to get the name wrong.
I don't even remember. I just know that was in Philadelphia.
Okay, well, you can edit that in, Bobby.
It was, no, it was some sort of gala or ball. You wore a very nice dress. You guys both looked amazing. I saw the pictures. What were you doing? Weren't you speaking, Becca?
Yeah. Come join us.
Nat, come join.
So we got to see, how many of them came, Becca? 5? I
think it was
more than 5. They actually made the trip. A couple of them lived kind of local to Philadelphia, but other ones made the trip in. And it was super nice because it was like an alumni chapter of Philadelphia. So there was a lot of Penn State graduates that were there, but none that we really knew other than the people that were in touch with us about the event. So we were super surprised to have familiar faces there, and it just meant a lot to us. It always does when we share our story, just knowing that the HEAL people, you guys have been along the journey with us the entire time. So it means a lot when we have familiar faces. We have a lot of fun memories of playing the Wii, I think, with HEAL kids. I know that's like a game is not really played anymore, so maybe some people don't even know what that is. I don't know.
Hopefully we're not that far dated.
Let go of the remote of the little controller a couple times.
Oh no.
and but it only hit the wall, and the wall was not dented. It was a TV, so.
So one of the members that's been around for quite a while, Trevor, one of the local community businesses here had an event, and we raffled off some of Becca's artwork. So Trevor actually bought one of Becca's paintings, and he's went to medical school, so I know he has that still, and his mom shares with us that he still has that. So that's really neat. Special memory that I have. Yeah.
Shout out Trevor. Come be on the podcast. Tell us about this painting. Show it off.
When Becca relapsed, we had a few of the Heal girls alumni that had come to the hospital and just sat with her and played some games and brought the laughter that you guys always bring. So that was really, for me as a mom in that moment, you know, just having a little bit of my Becca come through was a good thing. So
awesome.
Very awesome. So I know that you guys had a few years that you couldn't come to Thon, but we've been so lucky that in the last 2 Thons you've been able to come to both. You have some Thon memories just from those past 2 years that you kind of cherish.
Whenever Brittany was a dancer, we would eat a lot of Nutella and peanut butter sandwiches. Remember, not this Thon, but the last Thon, I stayed for a while, and like towards the middle of the night one time, that's all we did. We just ate. We also just eat, like, whenever we have family, like the gatherings here, we just eat a lot.
that's good.
Nothing like Heal. Nothing.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Heal doesn't eat.
We're super athletic and we hate to eat snacks. That's like,
Yeah.
Close a lot.
Yeah. No, Heal definitely prides ourselves on eating. We are very good at eating. We do it in all sorts of ways, and I think like a good portion of our fundraising total comes from eating. So we're proud of that, and we will continue to be proud of that.
yeah, when we talk at I'll never forget this, when we talk at the career fairs, that's like one of the number one things that we tell people is how much we enjoy eating meals together, which is pretty funny. I doubt there's many other orgs that advertise themselves like that. SpongeBob too, how much we enjoy watching SpongeBob. I think Bob and Becca maybe the most.
Yeah, Becca and I, we have that SpongeBob bond, right?
I definitely don't share that.
And what's the card game that we play?
Mafia.
Mafia.
Yeah, Mafia. If anyone doesn't know, it's everyone gets a card, and like each card's like a different role, and you kind of have to figure out. There's the townspeople against the mafia. Everyone closes their eyes, stuff happens, and then you try and figure it out. Basically, everyone lies to each other. It's tons of fun. People get really, really intense, really heated. Everyone's screaming and jumping around. So it's always a good time.
Didn't one time TJ like straight up say who one of the people were?
Yeah, TJ Schaefer is not really good at narrating Mafia. His narration card has been revoked. I now take that role on to myself because I don't trust him anymore. But no, we'll keep it in. He needs to know. Love you, TJ. So yeah, speaking of Thons you were at, Thon 2019, you guys were able to speak on stage. So do you want to maybe tell us a little bit about that and how it was, the experience just in general?
Speaking at any event when I'm sharing Becca's story and our family's journey, it's become something that I'm not going to say it's second nature to me, but it's part of my purpose, I think, in all of this. So I try not to get nervous. I think for any event that I speak at, I don't ever use the same speech because I have to kind of go through the whole process of preparing for it and just getting my thoughts out in the moment and depending who the audience is. But I know that speaking at Thon is probably one of the most humbling things I'll ever do in my lifetime. Just knowing who the audience is, knowing that there's family members who have gone through very similar circumstances, and families who have lost their children to childhood cancer, and then all of the Penn State students and a lot of the Penn State students' parents as well. So I know that just knowing that sharing our journey can help inspire you guys to all keep doing what you're doing, and also for other families to just kind of feel like they're on a similar path with other people really helps. Like right now, I say that a lot with, to my kids and even my parents, with COVID-19 stuff. It's comforting to know that you're not the only one going through it. So I think that that helps a lot. And for a good while, when we first were going through Becca's diagnosis, I kind of kept myself and us, I think, in a bubble. Probably wasn't very healthy, but at the time it was like my defense mechanism, because I didn't want to let too much in, because I was afraid of feeling too much, I think then. But when you start allowing other parents in and watching other children go through it, this whole new world opens of opportunities to be there for them, find some comfort, like I said, in just similar circumstances or bouncing things off of each other. So just knowing that those were some of the audience members meant a lot. I know Becca and Seth have a pretty strong connection, as they were in treatment together for the first round back in 2011, and then they relapsed on the very same day. So it's just kind of one of those things that, knocks the wind out of me sometimes, because his mom was my labor and delivery nurse when I delivered Becca. So it was very full circle. But just, we don't run into them as much anymore, which is a good thing. But I know that they have a special bond. I think they'll probably carry forever. So that was my take on speaking. I don't get too nervous, but Becca can share a little
Yes,
bit.
you did, because you were talking to me about it and you were freaking out a little bit.
A little bit. It was a lot of people.
Yeah,
Just
I
a
think
couple.
you're a little nervous. Only
Bryce
the full-
Jordan Center was only at capacity. Psh,
Yeah.
That's nothing, right?
Since I wasn't speaking, it wasn't that much to me, but just being up there and seeing everyone, it meant a lot to me, because like Mom said, that like just being at Thon, because like everyone's went through the same thing as me, or is going through the same thing, and just what Thon is just a great thing to see, and how it helps everyone else. And then sharing our story also meant a lot, because everyone else cared about it, and it was just really nice.
Yeah.
I think a note to take home this year, especially because no one's going to be able to have Thon in person, is just more than ever, the stories of the families and what they've gone through is going to have to keep inspiring all of the students to keep doing what they're doing. And it's very easy to get frustrated and a little bit down with the current situation. But you have to kind of push through, just like these kids have through their journeys. So that's kind of, I don't know, it's my takeaway with the whole COVID-19 thing, I guess.
No, definitely. And I think that's a really good point to make. First of all, thank you for not only speaking at Thon 2019, but speaking with us now, because just like you said, Kate, it's really important that we keep the family stories out there so people understand the real reason behind Thon. Everyone likes to get together for those 46 hours and dance and party and cry and, support each other. But, it's not 46 hours. There's 365 days in a year, and cancer doesn't stop after the first 46 hours. So, we have to be there for each other the whole time through, and it's just really wholesome. I guess, I don't know, it feels really good to be able to share that message, have you come here and share that message on the podcast. But yeah, and just be able to share that with each other, because you're right, it's going to be tough. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people who maybe are upset with this and might not want to participate now, but I hope that they see the real reason and what's important, what really matters, and they figure it out.
Yeah, I think like Bobby was saying, like you guys were saying, Kate and Becca, just it's so easy when we are in Thon Weekend, as we get close to Thon Weekend, to just think of it as this 46 hours, and that's kind of what we harp on all year. But I think this is a super unique opportunity to focus on other things about Thon. And I think that I'm sure we'll have some form of Thon Weekend in whatever capacity that it is. But I just something about the new things that COVID has brought about. I know there's a lot of really tough things, but just so many new opportunities as well to almost push us just to think a little bit different than maybe we're used to. Like, I don't know, I'm a big believer in things happening for a reason. And as so many things are going on with COVID, I know it can be tough, but I do feel like there will be that silver lining for Thon and for all of us. And not to say that I'm excited, but in a way I am excited just to kind of see what comes out of it. I know we'll get through it. We just have that unique connection. I think we'll be able to figure it out, whether it's seeing you guys outside or some capacity, just all the things that we can do.
Gloves and mittens and boots, and we'll have snowball fights out there.
Yeah,
Put
exactly.
on and be ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess since we mentioned a little bit of the COVID-19 thing, we've all been stuck at home. What Morgan and I have already said, we sit in our basements and do nothing and stare at the walls. You guys, however, have been very busy with some projects. If you want to go ahead and let us know, what have you been up to during this whole quarantine, staying at home?
So I'll start only because Nat and I think, I think Nat was home for maybe a day. And I think I was home for maybe 2 work days before we were called back. So both of our works were considered essential. So we've been working the entire time. My business went through a bit of a slowdown, and it lasted maybe for like a month, but we are full steam now. So throwing that in there, just making masks. That was something I never intended on doing, and I think I made about 1,000 of them. So it was again, I found purpose in the moment, and that's what kind of kept me sane through it all. And I was lucky enough, or unlucky enough, whichever way you want to look at it, to be able to keep going to work and seeing people that way. But the kids, I think they grew a lot closer during quarantine. The boys were home, Becca was home, and they would have school during the day, but they had their routines. And yeah, she's laughing because they did a lot of that. It was not as much fighting as what I thought it would be. They were kids, so that's the mask thing was a big thing for me. I would come home from work, and that's all I would do, really. So, what about your quarantine?
I cleaned the whole house multiple times.
Wow.
Multiple times.
Becca's OCD has helped me a lot.
Whole lot of cat hair vacuuming, right? Not too much. Yeah. So, Becca, you had this whole only child sort of experience, I guess, while the boys were off at college. And then they came back. What do you like more? Do you like having them around? Do you like shipping them out for a couple months and hanging out?
But on top of, I spend hours cleaning the house, they decide to ruin it all for like the short amount of time that they are home. They ruin it and don't do their stuff at home. So that makes me very mad. I will miss them. I miss them sometimes, but they can leave for all I care right now.
I wonder if that's how our parents felt with us growing up. They would help to clean the house, and then suddenly we would ruin it. I feel like we're starting to gist.
I just had to enlighten Rebecca on how she was when she was younger.
Yeah.
So,
No. I knew I was that bad.
I called her Tasmanian Devil. That was my nickname in my head. for
In
Becca.
my head, oh yeah.
Little tornado comes running in, right?
Undoes everything, but that's okay.
So
Mhm.
the boys go back to school, or are they home?
They're all online.
So yeah, so the backstory there is, as of last Wednesday, they were going to be home. They were going to keep working, and they were going to do all their stuff online because they don't have any in-person classes. On Thursday, I got a phone call about 9 o'clock that night from Eli. Mom, I think I'm going to stay on campus now. Okay. Like, so now we are in the frantic mode of getting all their stuff together, even though I said I'm not going to do it because it's too stressful. I don't have enough time to plan. So yeah, so they're staying out on campus, and it'll be good because they'll have a structure, routine, less time to procrastinate. Hopefully there's a can wrestle at, so they'll at least be able to do that because I know they miss that tremendously.
Have they heard about sports seasons, or is it too soon to say?
Currently, they are not doing any winter sports until January 1st.
Okay.
We don't really know where it'll go from there.
That's off the record.
I mean, like you said, you thought one thing was happening Wednesday, something else happening Thursday. So I feel like that's just our lives. Things change within 10 minutes. I know I've been getting emails from work. I got an email at like 9 and an email at 10 last night with 2 different things. So that's just life these days, I guess.
Things change so quickly, right? Becca's cracking up over there. Nat's making some jokes. Said something funny, I guess, because she's losing it. You all right? Becca, don't forget to breathe. That's the laugh we love, though, honestly. Too contagious.
And then Becca, you go back, you were saying what, Thursday?
Yeah, I go back Thursday.
She's in Group B.
Field hockey.
You're gonna have to cut this part out.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Here we go.
Well, they're trying to do something here.
Have them come hang out with us.
Yeah, Dad.
Grab a seat. We'll crack jokes. It'll be all right. We're trying to have fun with this. So Group B, you said. Does that mean there's a Group A that's already going back to school, or?
First day of school is actually Wednesday, but that will be Group A's day, and then they'll be going Monday and then Wednesday, and then we'll be going Tuesday and Thursday and have Friday an online day. So that's what we're doing as of right now.
So it's almost like your high school just got cut in half. That's so strange, right?
So
Man.
on the days that Group A goes, will you be online, or is that just a day that you don't have anything?
Be online, remote.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like every district has a different thing. But it's I guess good that you can be in person to some capacity. We'll just see where it takes us, I guess.
How it goes.
Yeah. I know Penn State's first day is Monday. Bobby, do you have any in-person classes?
I have a single in-person class. So it also has like flipped like 4 times. It's been Zoom, then it's been in person, then it's been Zoom, then it's been in person. At one point, it was in Thomas 100, which I don't know if you guys know. That's like the biggest lecture hall on campus. I think it seats 1,000 people, and there are 12 people in the class. So that would have been pretty cool to socially distance in like that absolute behemoth of a room. But I don't know where it is now. I don't think it has a room assigned to it right now, as of now. So we'll see what happens come Monday. I think it's a Tuesday, Thursday anyways, so that's a Tuesday problem at whatever time it's supposed to be. You know, I'll figure that out. And if I
Tuesday,
miss it, I miss it.
5 minutes before it's supposed to start.
Yeah, I check and I'm like, oh, I gotta be halfway across campus. That's not happening today. I'll zoom in.
It'll all work out. So we do have some fun trivia for you if you are willing to do some trivia.
I'm really bad at trivia though, so this is all bad.
I think you should remember. I don't know. It depends. It depends on your memory and how you remember things. So it's like a little bit of everything, you know. We'll just.
I would ask you guys to wear name tags too. So if it's not names, I'm not going to remember.
No, well, no, it's not names, but I feel like you're very good with names.
You are really good with names.
Someone who shows up and you know their names so quickly. So I actually think you have a better memory than you're giving yourself credit for. Okay, so our first question. During the weekend, there are during Thon weekend, there are, I can't say the one word. So people, dancers, and some other people who are on the floor, they take baby powder and they spray it onto a tarp, and the dancers do what?
Of strength.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding.
See, you got it. You're not that bad.
Okay, here's another one. I think you'll definitely know this one. Sorry?
I need a buzzer.
Oh, yeah. You guys have to race each other. There you go. Okay, so Saturday night of Thon, the sports teams get together. What's it called?
Rally.
Yep. Okay.
I tried that one.
So basically 1-0. I think Kate's winning right now.
I think Nat might be coming in for a quick steal on this next question.
Okay, during Thon weekend, there is a part of it where the hospitality captains come up on stage and they tell everyone to drink their drink as fast as they can. What's that called?
Water social.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was like that had a name. I thought they just like, yeah, guys, chug your water, and I was like, yeah, and then I chugged my water. I didn't know it was called a water social.
You know, I think the water socials are great, but sometimes you end up with a stomach ache because if you drink your whole water, then you're like, oh, I don't know. I think as a dancer, you have to be careful. Otherwise, the rest of or a couple hours are going to be a little uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, and then you're gonna wait in line. The bathroom lines on the floor are pretty brutal. So like, if you drink your whole water, like
everybody has to pee at the same time.
Exactly, you're gonna wait in line.
That's true. Okay, last one like this, and then we'll move on to some line dance questions. What was this year's theme for Heal?
Uh-oh.
Together. No.
That was Thon's theme.
That's correct. Sorry. But what was like the Stan's theme? Like, what was Bobby wearing this weekend?
Yeah, Hawaiian.
I got it.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. You guys got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We had a little Thon beach party for Thon 2020. I think it went pretty well. I am a little bit biased because I was in charge of like organizing that with Shannon, but I think it went okay.
You also got to wear a lifeguard outfit, which is also just as much fun.
I think I killed it as the lifeguard. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Nope.
Go.
You go.
Okay, I'll go. When we were decorating rooms, the lays were like shredding little threads. That was stressful because I was like, I don't want to leave their room a mess before they even get here. Like they haven't gotten in yet. And we were like trying to figure out how we wanted to like tape them all up to the wall. But I'll never forget that because those lays, I don't know, the little pieces were bugging me.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, whenever the Tuckies do come and the Hesses as well, to Thon, Four Diamonds sets up the hotel room for them, takes care of that, and we sneak in and do a little bit of fun decorating before they get there. So this year we put some beachy themed things in there. Morgan and I went. It was a lot of fun. It was like 9 in the morning. Morgan and I ran out there the morning of Thon. It was that Friday. We were like super hyped because like, oh man, everyone's getting ready and campus was crazy because everyone's wearing their stuff. But we had a bunch of fun driving around, getting all the beach stuff, blowing up balloons, putting them on the floor, using my Party City skills. So it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have some line dance questions. So you can answer us yes or no if these topics were in the line dance. So we'll start with 2019. So that's what, 2 songs ago. And you can tell us if this was in the line dance or not. Was SpongeBob in the line dance? He was.
Give them a little more time, Morgan. Come on. They were thinking through.
Okay.
But it's a yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they only mentioned it. This is kind of a trick question because they said hard sink to Bikini Bottom. So I guess that was like the reference.
Well, they also have the high rise here, new dorms there, and then renovations everywhere, as in like bringing it around town like SpongeBob. And I think in the actual video that they show, they do have a picture of SpongeBob doing that little dance from the bubble stand episode. So
I remember because
But
I always look at the screen to try to figure it
Technically,
out.
SpongeBob himself wasn't in the lion dance because they didn't mention his name. So
You know what? I'll give it to you.
we'll give it to you, Becca. We'll give it to you.
Okay, what else? Was Infinity War mentioned in the line dance that year?
I'm gonna say yes.
I thought there was one in this year though. I thought it was this year.
I feel like the answer is no.
I thought it was in this year's lion dance. So no, it was in this year's lion dance. It was in this year's lion dance, I think. Wait, Infinity War?
This is awesome. I love this.
Making faces because it's like yes, no, yes, no.
So, Infinity War was not in the line dance. They mentioned the death of Stan Lee, and they mentioned Black Panther, but they did not mention Infinity War. So there you go. You guys were right.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys remember this. I bet you will. Remember when people were talking about Tide Pods, people thought it looked like food? Was that involved in the 2019 line dance?
I'm gonna say no.
But I feel like it was before 2019.
I feel like they shouldn't put that in the lion dance because people might eat them. I feel like no.
That's correct. It was not in there. Although I feel like it would have been a good mention because everyone would remember it. But no, and I think they since like changed the packaging so kids couldn't get in.
They just look like fun raviolis, right? Yeah, the HEALcast does not condone eating any Tide products or any detergent of any source. Please don't. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to Thon 2020. Was Disney Plus in there?
Yes.
Do you guys have Disney Plus?
Yes.
I was watching it last night. I forgot that it was a thing, and then I remembered because we were talking about the line dances. I watched Cars last night. Very good movie. Do you guys have a favorite Disney movie?
Becca has a lot of favorites.
I don't have a Disney movie. I like Star Wars.
Which is new.
Yeah.
The new season.
That's all on Disney Plus, isn't it?
The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the child? Which
Baby
is
Yoda.
the technical name for Baby Yoda. Right?
Wasn't Baby Yoda in the lion dance too?
Mm-hmm.
Baby
I think-
Yoda. Love you must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I actually forgot. I can't say it now because I just kind of gave it away. I'll move on to that in a second. Was the college admission scandal involved with Aunt Becky from
Yes.
It was? I don't know.
It was not. Lori Loughlin, is that the last name?
Confident. You might be right.
Loughlin?
I might have missed it.
I don't think it was. I don't know. Morgan and I were watching through these line dances, like trying to come up with stuff like 20 minutes ago. We probably missed it if it was, but I don't think it was.
Okay, Becca, thanks. Okay, so I guess we missed that. Moving on. We're the first woman to complete the first all women's spacewalk. Was that in there? I think it was.
See,
Becca's
you
giving
can't.
us some nods.
I feel like you don't even know the right answer.
We are really bad at doing trivia.
Yeah, we are pretty bad at this. Because you know what the tough thing is that I don't remember what happened yesterday. So remembering what happened in 2019, it was very hard. I was a senior in high school. How weird is that? Like when that was, yeah, like I don't know. So the things that happened in 2018, because that would be in the 2019 line dance, feel like a blur. Yeah. Anything else, Bobby, that we talked about that you? Oh, I know you have one.
I do. I can come up with a few right now.
Okay, go for it.
So there were, I guess, what Disney franchise made it into the 2019 and 2020 line dance?
We have a clue.
Disney. That was your clue.
It was Disney Plus.
I don't know.
So
Star Wars?
I would have given you two.
Then we'll give you.
So technically Marvel would have counted because with Stan Lee and Wakanda, and then they did mention Endgame in 2020. That would have worked. But also Star Wars was in 2019 and 2020. So
Okay, so something fun that we've been. You guys are so funny. You fight sisters. So, what was I gonna say? Something fun that we've been doing is what are your guesses of things that will be included in the Thon 2021 line dance?
we'll go through some of ours as well.
Coronavirus is the layup for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be something about the presidential
I know, this is
election.
something
So you
political.
have Biden and Trump. Probably Dr. Fauci might make it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, move on from COVID. What else happened this year? Oh, the SpaceX flight. That'll be in there. What else?
Black Lives Matter, like something with that. Just everything in 2020 because
There's so much.
like in a short span of months, it's like when everything happened.
Definitely.
Social injustices.
We were saying the other day, banana bread. I don't know if you guys baked that during COVID, but I remember baking a lot of loaves of banana bread.
Banana bread.
I feel like I saw a lot of people posting about it. Like, for whatever reason, people were baking banana or just baking in general. I remember trying to get like baking yeast, and like you couldn't get it for a long time. Everyone decided that they were bakers over.
Yep. I went to baking soda at one point and couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Well,
toilet paper. You can't.
yeah, toilet paper. So after last week where we had Matt Giuliano on, if anyone hasn't seen that, go back, watch it. It was fun. Matt's a cool guy. He went over. He keeps a running list of things that like through the year he'll add to and like what he thinks will be on the line dance. So I started my own list for this year, and I'm gonna run through that. So I got my phone here; it's on there. So I went for the easy one. The first thing on here, obviously, the coronavirus. Kind of a layup. Obviously, it's gonna be on there. Then I've got quarantining, social distancing. Right? Cool. I think they will mention Zoom classes and wearing a mask on campus.
Yeah.
I think Regis Philbin will be in the line dance because, an icon, truly. Black Lives Matter. It's on there. I put Animal Crossing because I know a lot of people were playing Animal Crossing right when quarantine hit, and I was playing a lot of Animal Crossing when quarantine hit. So
You know what it is?
I
Something
would
like
be
that.
playing it, but I lost my game.
it's all right. We'll figure it out. We'll find a solution to that, Becca. Don't worry. Was it Representative John Lewis passed away as well?
Yeah.
His name's John Lewis. Yeah, he will definitely be in there.
You know what I think another quarantine activity will be in there? Tie dyeing. I feel like everyone was tie dyeing shirts.
I did not. I should have.
I didn't tie dye either, but I feel like I saw that a lot. I know I saw.
I also feel like TikTok almost getting
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok. TikTok is on here actually. I have TikTok on my list. TikTok being banned. Savage Love specifically, which is the Jason Derulo song that he wrote off of a beat someone put on TikTok.
Oh, it's like the dun dun dun.
Yeah,
that
do it, Morgan. Do the dance.
I'm not. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the one. And then you do the.
Yeah.
I think I don't personally have TikTok, but I do watch them on Instagram sometimes from whatever people post. But I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about.
That is. I do not use TikTok either.
Good thing most people won't be able to see the actual
Yeah,
stream.
make sure you watch this one on YouTube because Morgan's been doing some great dances.
Yeah. What else? Oh,
let's-
Tiger King 2 is what we mentioned last week.
Yes. How could you not have Joe Exotic in there? Come on. What else do I have on here? I had which Jonas brother had a baby? Is that Kevin?
Yeah. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
One of them. I know that he was shorter than his wife.
I think it was Joe Jonas who had the baby.
One of them had a baby, and that baby will be in the line dance. I promise.
Yeah, they do mention births of like royal family children, Kardashian babies, so I feel like that'll be in there.
Jonas brothers are definitely Penn State royalty. So
Wait, fun fact.
But not this year.
Wait, you say it again?
The Jonas Brothers were in the Lion Dance.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jonas Brothers. Something downtown.
burning up downtown.
Yeah.
I'm burning up for you, baby.
The other night, me and my family went to dinner, and sitting like a couple tables over from us, granted we're outside, but a couple tables over was Joe Jonas and his family, because they live like a couple towns over from me, and I'm sitting at dinner like trying not to freak out, and my dad's like, what's the big deal? I don't know what the, and he's like, calm down. I'm like, Dad, do you understand what is going on right now? I was like, this was my like elementary school crush. And then I started telling him, I was like, who did you listen to when you were growing up? And I think he said Elton John. And I was like, imagine Elton John sitting across the table from you. How do you stay calm? And he's like, oh, whatever. And my mom's like, are you kidding me? You would have been over there too. So I had to explain to my dad the importance of that moment in my life. But he got it.
So I didn't actually see her, but knew what restaurant she was in.
So I also had the SpaceX rocket launch, which you said. That's on my list. I have Megan the Stallion. The Stallion. I don't know. She's like a rap artist. I have a feeling she's gonna be in it.
Who she is? I don't think
I don't know. I don't know, Kate. I'm pretty good at this stuff. I think I got this. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll be back in one moment. I have to grab a charger.
All right, Morgan's running away, so now that it is just me here, I will make sure that we start doing the cool stuff. No, I'm just kidding. One Direction's 10-year anniversary was just this year. That will be in the line dance.
I could sang that.
Yeah. I'm sure Morgan has a lot to say about One Direction when she gets back.
I actually wasn't a big One Direction girl.
Ooh. Yikes! Never mind. I'm a liar.
One of my really good friends growing up was, and when they the 10 years since One Direction thing,
Yeah.
I think was like one of the better days of her life.
Unlucky.
But she was like a huge One Direction fan. She, I guess, had tickets, and I guess they're like rescheduling their date and stuff, and she's not, like, she goes to school in Boston, so she wasn't supposed to be in Boston the following year, but she's talking about like asking her boss for a day off so she can go back to Boston for the concert. And she's like, if not, then I might have to just make up an excuse and go anyway. I'm like, oh boy, don't get in trouble with your boss.
All right, and then my last one. This one I'm not too sure about. This is like a 50-50 one. I think Taylor Swift with her new album will be in the line dance.
Alternative.
Yeah. Folklore is pretty good. I gave it a listen through, and I was like, yeah, I like that. And then I didn't listen to it anymore. So.
Yeah, there's been I feel like a decent amount of new music coming out like within the last couple weeks or a month or so. I can't imagine recording a song in your own home without like the recording studio and stuff, but I guess they figured it out. All those things. I was thinking about, like, I wonder if movies and stuff will go through like a phase of no new movies because they couldn't film during COVID. I don't know, just like the things that you don't even think about. I wonder what that'll be like. Oh, and you know what else will be in there, Bobby? The Last Dance, the like series that they did, the basketball series. No, wasn't it called The Last Dance?
No, I didn't see it. I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
But I feel like it'll. I don't know. I think it's about Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Cool. So, we've about hit our time quota, which is awesome. Anything else you guys want to go over with us while we have you here? I'll take that giggle as a no.
I think we covered most. Anything else you guys?
Cool. Well, I got a couple more questions. Obviously, we ask everyone this question who comes on, but you guys are probably the most. I can say the most important people we've had on thus far. Sorry, everyone else, but who would you guys like to see on this podcast?
Nat in the background says Penn State wrestling.
All right, Nat, we'll try. We'll see what we can do.
Will you join us? Will you join us for that one, Nat?
He said yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it would be kind of cool in like from old days. Like I might be able to help you out with that too, just to kind of get their perspective on,
On and
how the organization started and what it was like back then. And because they had, just thinking about too, like this year, how it's going to be really different. And you guys said you have to think outside of the box. We went from canning to not canning, and now here we are with something brand new. So I don't know, just getting perspective from them.
Well, we have someone fun coming on next week. I think you'll know her. Danielle, I don't know how to say her last name right, but I know it starts with a P, and that might be her married name. But she's one of the founders of HEAL, and she was one of the first dancers.
Yeah, they have 2 babies now.
Yeah, so her and her husband will be on next week, so definitely give that a listen.
We actually met up with them in Washington, D.C., I believe it was, at one of the museums. Yeah, we met up with them a long, long time ago. You probably don't even remember.
Nope.
Nico and Danielle. Yay!
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. But if you can help us to get more alumni on, that would be awesome. And we'll ask them to anyone that they're still connected with. I don't know that much about, I think we both don't know that much about kind of Heal's beginnings. And I would love to know and to talk to.
I don't know much, so.
You're good.
Yeah.
They're good ones to talk to.
Awesome. Well, we're excited for that. Hopefully, all of our listeners are excited for that. Anything else you got to say before your pseudo hour of fame is up?
We love you too.
We live on a lot of property, so you can still come visit us. If it's nice out, we can have outside time.
Okay, I will take that as you giving us
Yep.
the okay, the go ahead to do a little drive by parade visit.
Plan like 2 dates, like one date and then a rain date, just in case it's not nice weather.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sounds like a good. Okay, awesome. Well then, thank you guys. First of all, thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it. It's kind of a really busy time, especially with everything that's been going on, going back to school. Becca, we wish you the best of luck back at school. Hopefully, all your buddies are in Group B with you, and if not, hopefully you make some new ones. Best of luck to the boys. And again, thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to not only Morgan and I, but everyone in Heal and everyone who's listening who has gotten the chance to hear your story and hang out with you a little bit tonight. Both of you are so much fun. Nat in the background was also tons of fun. Wish he would have sat down, but it's okay. Well, next time we'll get him in here for sure. Yeah. Next time we'll watch some SpongeBob too, right?
We'll work on the wrestling team. So next time Nat can join us. And also, I think about the pancakes that we had at your house often, and that would be awesome when we can once again do that. To have some more pancakes, because those were so good. That weekend was so much fun when we got to come visit and watch the field hockey game.
All right. Well, with that, I think we are going to close it out for tonight. So thank you guys for listening. I've been Bobby, here with Morgan and Kate and Becca Tucky. Awesome time. Thanks again, guys. And we'll see you all next week. Keep dancing.